Alright guys, like the title of the video says, let me get my thumbnail real quick, okay? If you are lost in life. Okay guys, you ready guys? Alright, sorry guys, I get a little bit mucus and don't mind my hair guys, you know what I'm saying? I gotta cut them, so I'm just wearing this beanie in the meantime. But if you guys are young people, if you guys are like people my age, right? If you're out here, you don't know what you want to do with your life, this is what I would recommend for you guys to do, right? Maybe you don't know what career path to take, you don't know what job you want to work, you don't know, like, you just don't know what you want to do, right? Maybe you're still living with your parents and they're pressuring you and they're telling you to do this and do that. Let me move my camera down. But here are some things that you guys gotta do, all right? This is young advice from young brothers like me to you, right? So the first thing that you guys gotta do, if you guys don't know what you guys want to do for the rest of your life, don't go to college right away. Okay, this is the big thing that a lot of people they do, you know, because parents, right, or people like their family members or maybe themselves, they pressure themselves to, you know, they don't know what they want to do, so what they do is they go to college right away because just to stay occupied, just because, oh yeah, I need something to do, and you know, I gotta be occupied and I don't want to let my parents down. But I feel like this is a very bad move to do, especially if you don't know what you want to do. All right, because when you go to college, not only are you paying for tuition, right, or maybe you're taking out loans or whatever. A lot of people, they take out loans, right, because they don't have the money to go to college right away, but they're only going to be wasting money. You're wasting time. All right, and you're hanging around a bunch of bad influences. All right, and not only that, but you're not stacking up your life skills and experiences. So if you go to college, guys, maybe you're fresh out of high school and you go to college just because you want to be busy, you want to be occupied, you don't want to just stay home and do absolutely nothing. That's a bad move because, like I said, right, you're paying for money, you're wasting your parents' money. Maybe you got to put down your own money. Maybe you got to take out loans. And you know how, you know, people have struggles with student loans and whatever. But also, you're just wasting time. Okay, sorry, guys. But going back to my point, right? Don't go to college right away. You're going to be wasting money. You're going to be wasting time. And you're going to be surrounded by bad influences. And you're not going to be stacking up your life skills and experiences, okay? I didn't go to college. The reason I didn't go to college was because, like, I'm only 22 right now, but a lot of people my age, they all was graduating, like most of them graduating college. I'm class of 2020, so, you know, most of them, they graduated last year, they graduated this year, maybe they might graduate in a couple of years, but, you know, whatever that they're majoring in. But I knew what I wanted to do, guys. I already had a plan. I already knew what I wanted to do. I didn't need to go to college to get rich, because my whole goal is I want to be a multi-millionaire. I want to be my own boss. I want to be, you know, financially free and be the best version of myself in every realm possible. And I believe personally that college is not going to grant me that. And even if I went to college to major into business or whatever, most of my teachers and professors over there, they're not going to teach me how to make millions of dollars because they're not multi-millionaires themselves, right? So it's not trying to put them down, but I'm saying that I feel like there's a lot of ways, different methods, especially in 2025. It's not, you don't have to do the traditional route to get what you want in life. You kind of got to play, you know, beat around the bush. There's other methods and other ways that you can get what you want to get. And of course, guys, I wouldn't recommend this to everybody to do what I'm doing because there's people who are not going to achieve that sort of success. You know what I'm saying? I know I am capable of doing it because I have the life skills, the experiences, the mindset, the work ethic. You know what I'm saying? I have all, like, I'm willing to just go in all in. Like, I'm not going to give up kind of thing. But I know a lot of people, they're weak-minded. They don't have it in them. You know, their parents are pressuring them to do this. But, you know, I don't recommend for you people to do the route that I do. Only if you know, like, you're capable of doing it. You know, it's kind of a tricky subject. And it's something that, you know, if you don't have anything to fall back on, you're kind of screwed in a way, you know what I'm saying? So I don't recommend doing my route in a sense. Like, this is what I'll recommend pretty much, okay? So my whole goal was I didn't go to college right away because I didn't want to spend money. I know a lot of people, we can get into tuitions and loans later on, but I know a lot of people like 40, 50 years old. I worked a lot of different 9-to-5 jobs, but a lot of these people, they're still paying off student loans, okay? Because it was just crazy, bro. Student debt is crazy. And the funny thing is, the thing that they majored into and went to school for, they're not even doing it today. All right, so it's like, oh, bro, you know what I'm saying? Kind of scary, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you don't know what you want to do, don't be like those guys, because that's what you're gonna be paying off a lot of loans to do something that you're not even doing for the rest of your life. Like, that's not even your career already. Like, people change up. So you're wasting money, you're wasting time. I feel like you're wasting time because you're going to be relearning the same subjects right away. Like a lot of people, they go to college just to take the same core classes that they took in high school and middle school. A lot of people, they're going to school just to take math again. Just to go, oh, I got to write essays in English and read books and stories. Oh, I got to go learn history again, relearn history. I got to learn basic biology and basic chemistry. Like, bro, those are some shit that you're supposed to know already in high school and middle school. I went to a college preparatory high school and a college preparatory school in general that was preparing us to go to college. And the whole academics and the whole criteria was pretty much just like college. Like, we learned all these things already. So if you're going to college and you're taking some stupid core classes again that you're supposed to know already in high school, you're wasting money and you're wasting your time. All right, don't be going to college and be like, oh, I'm gonna retake English and learn how to speak English again and take writing books and like, bro, you're wasting fucking time. Oh, my nose is itchy. Sorry guys, I got a little bit mucus, a little bit running nose and stuff like that. So don't mind me if I sniffling and stuff like that. So you're wasting time, you're wasting money, and you're surrounded by a bunch of bad influences. Okay, you're surrounded by a bunch of young people who don't even know what age they are, what gender they are. No, I'm just kidding, but they don't even know like what they want to do in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at it, like when I was in high school, right, in 2019, I was a senior in 2019, and we had college counselors, and they were telling us, they were directing us, they were, telling us what you want to, they would talk to us, they would ask us, what do we want to do? Did we figure out what college we wanted to go to? Do we need teacher recommendations? Ask your teachers for letters to recommend you to go to this college so that you could, you'll be more easier to get into that college. And, all this kind of college crap, right? So pretty much they would ask us, and a lot of people, they didn't know at that age, at 17, we didn't know what we wanted to do. Even me, I kind of like, I was like, oh, I don't really have a plan, but I don't want to go to college. But it was like, they would always be like kind of on our ass. And so a lot of people, they didn't know what they wanted to do. So you're telling me 17 years old in 2019, people didn't know what to do. Imagine this generation. People in this generation are lost. You look at the people nowadays, people who's 17 years old now, people who's 18, 19. They don't know what they want to do in their life. They don't even know what the hell, like their brain is just not there. You know what I'm saying? So it's not trying to be mean, but I'm saying you're going to be surrounded by a bunch of people like this, bad influences. And if you're easily weak-minded and you're easily influenced by a lot of people, you're going to be just like them. All right? And, like not only going to college, like not only this, but you're going to be like pretty much, you're going to be experiencing life, right? So the best way to learn is to get out there and learn and experience things, all right? So if you're lost in life, guys, and you don't know what you want to do, don't go to college. So instead, what I would recommend for you guys to do is work 9 to 5 jobs. Work 2 to 3 jobs, all right? You guys are young. You guys got energy. Health is wealth, but, you know what I'm saying? Don't burn out, but if you guys got energy, you do it, all right? So the first job that you guys got to work, guys, is a physical labor job. And the reason you guys should work a physical labor job is because, especially for you young guys, I'm talking to you young guys out there, the reason you should work a physical labor job is because with a strong body, you have a strong mind and soul, right? So you're going to be building up a lot of people. I ask people, like, all these jobs that I worked at, I asked a lot of young people my age, hey, what sport did you play? What did you do growing up? Did you do boxing? Did you do combat sports? Did you do tackle football? Did you do running, swimming? Did you play basketball? Did you play volleyball? What did you play growing up? Did you do track? And they would tell me, they'll look at me and say, oh, I never played any sport. I just went to school. I just played video games coming home. Is that a sport? I'm like, bro, what the fuck, right? So I deeply believe that if you played any sport, and especially physical sports where you're doing like fighting, or you're doing wrestling or judo, or you're playing tackle football, or you're doing something like swimming, something very hard, you're building up your body physically, but not only building up your body, but you're building up your mind and your soul. But you're building up your mind and your soul. And these are some life attributes and things that you need to acquire in your life, all right? In order for you to be more successful and in order for you to be the best version of yourself, you need to go ahead and acquire all these different skill sets and attributes, all right? So physical labor job, it builds your body, it builds your mind, it builds your soul, and also it pretty much builds up, I believe, working a physical labor job builds up your discipline, it builds up your work ethic, it teaches you how to bust ass. And also, it just teaches you a bunch of different valuable skill sets. When I was working all these physical labor jobs, my first job was working at landscaping. Okay, I was working landscaping in 2019 to 2021. And in 2019, I was 16 years old, and I worked there all the way till I was like 18. So this was my first physical labor job that I ever worked at. Growing up, I always did I always was like in some sort of physical shape. I did football, I did combat sports, I did running, swimming, I did biathlons, I did basketball, I did all kinds of different sports, right? So I was always physically in shape, right? But landscaping, it was like, oh, it was a different kind of physicality. I was like, oh wow, you gotta work in the sun. So this is my first job that I worked at. And not only did I learn, like, some things that I learned was building my discipline, working under pressure, multitasking, learning accountability, learning, building up my leadership skills, building up my confidence skills, working with people way older than me and getting used to working with different people and different age gaps. Like, I was only 16 when I started. I was working with like 40, 50-year-old men. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was a fucking toddler, bro. You know what I'm saying? Very, very young at that time. Very, very young. 16. I couldn't even drive. I didn't even know how to drive. This job taught me how to drive. This job taught me how to cut grass, how to, trim bushes and trees, how to paint roads and curbs, how to go ahead and do basic car maintenance, how to go ahead and, clean fish ponds and water fountains, how to plant grass, how to go ahead and do all these different things and operate all these machineries. So it taught me so many different life attributes and different skill sets. It pretty much made me the person who I am today. And so that's a job that you guys should work at. Not just landscaping, maybe construction, maybe carpentry, maybe hotel housekeeping, maybe car detailing, maybe warehouse jobs. Anything that involves physicality is going to make you a better version of yourself, okay? Especially all you young men out there. Okay, the next job that you guys should work at is a customer service job. All right? The reason you should work a customer service job, I used to work at Taco Bell, all right, from 2020 during COVID all the way to 2022. And I was 17 and I worked there till I was 19 years old. Was I 9? Yeah, 19. And yeah, that was pretty much my first major customer service job that I worked at. I worked at Taco Bell during COVID era, right? I was making money. I was stacking up my money, my income. Okay, not only that, guys, but working 9-to-5 jobs, right? Not only are you stacking up your life skills and experiences, but you're also stacking up your money, which is pretty, people like money, right? So, but the important thing that I'm trying to teach you guys is not only are you stacking up your money, but you're also stacking up your life skills and experiences and your skill sets that'll make you more interesting, that'll make you more well-rounded, that'll make you even a better version of yourself, that'll make you more smarter, and it'll pretty much get you well-rounded in the real world. I believe if you go to college right away and you don't know what you want to do, you're not going to be experiencing building yourself up as a character in these divisions of your life. All right? It's not going to be teaching you different skill sets and different life attributes that you need to know in order for you to be more successful in life and in order for you to run your business and in order for you to be the best version of yourself. You're not going to be learning that if you go to college, right? So don't do that if you're lost in life. Do these things, all right? These simple things. So when I was working at Taco Bell, the reason I recommend customer service job is because, number one, what I learned at Taco Bell, you build up your communication skills. All right? I'm going to put calm. You build up your communication skills. When you build up your communication skills, this is very vital and essential in the real world. You need to learn how to speak. You need to learn how to convey your message. You need to learn how to be interesting and tell stories. You need to learn good body posture. You need to learn how to speak without stuttering. You need to learn how to speak off of the top of your head. Without, all that kind of bullshit. You know how people talk nowadays, they're talking slang, they don't know how to speak. They're bad at speaking, bro. And this is very important because when it comes to making money, right, you need to learn how to speak. When you go for a job interview, you need to learn how to impress your boss. You need to learn how to go ahead and speak and come off as, oh, wow, that's very impressive. Speaking is a gift and it's a superpower. It's going to get you what you want in life. It's going to make you persuade people. So not only with money, right? Job interview. Maybe you're trying to start a business. Maybe you're trying to become a top salesman. And you're trying to sell maybe a physical product. And maybe not only a physical product, but maybe a service. Maybe an idea, right? You need to learn how to speak. The best speakers are good. The best salesmen are good at speaking. The best business people, they all know how to speak and get what they want because they're good at speaking. Communication is so important, all right? Not only with that, maybe you're trying to start a YouTube channel like me, and you need to speak to your camera. You cannot be just like shy and timid and quiet. You don't know how to speak. You need to go ahead and learn how to speak. Business, making money, getting your job, maybe your college interview, whatever that it is. Speaking is so important, and that's what I learned at customer service. Not only with making money, but also getting the girl of your dreams. But also maybe you're trying to persuade a family member, stop drinking alcohol. And you're the only one who knows how to convince him because you're good at communication. All right, you know how to convey your message to certain types of people. You're good at situational awareness when it comes to speaking with different types of people. You need to know this kind of shit. This is communication. And what I learned, right? I took speech class in school, but Taco Bell, I practiced for 2 years straight, talking to people, interacting with strangers. All right, this is very important, guys. I also learned stoicism. I mean, I always was kind of stoic, but this job, interacting with dumb fucking people, taught me stoicism. All right, a lot of people show up at the drive-thru during COVID, yelling at us, mad, angry. I'm like, bro, calm your ass down. All right, but it learned how to make me control my emotions, not to react on my emotions, which is very important. It made me learn how to multitask. Life is all about multitasking, right? If you're trying to be the best version of yourself, you need to be focusing on every component of your life. That's multitasking. If you can't wake up and work 2 jobs and come home and train and go to the gym and go to church and pray and focus on your business and focus on spending time with your family and your girl and walking your dog, that's all multitasking. If you can't do that, you're going to be bad at multitasking. This job taught me multitasking. It also taught me how to work under pressure. All right, a lot of people, they don't know how to work under pressure. You know, like when things get stressful, the stress tolerance is just like, oh, I cannot handle, I gotta go take a break, I gotta go, I gotta go, I just give up, I can't take it. I remember this other young guy, right? He's like a year older than me, but he acts young. You know what I'm saying? So he tried to be a manager at Taco Bell, and he only did it for 1 day, right, as a manager, and he gave up. And the reason he gave up was because he couldn't work under pressure. His stress level was so low, he couldn't handle anything. You know, there's like fuck ups at the drive-thru, people coming in and, yelling at him. He just couldn't handle the pressure. He couldn't handle being a leader. This is pressure, guys. You guys got to learn how to work under pressure. And also, what I learned was working hard with little to no reward. And the reason this is so important and vital, working hard with little to no reward. I was only getting paid $11 an hour at Taco Bell. And what I used to do was I used to come in every day, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., doing double shifts Monday to Friday. I would come in on my days off. I'll work landscaping in the morning. Then I'll go to Taco Bell nighttime. And I was getting paid $11 only at Taco Bell, right? And I was staying every day doing the best that I could. But I still worked hard despite the reward. And the reason I believe this is so important to work hard no matter what the reward is because this work ethic and that mindset is going to get you further in life. When you're trying to start a business, you're not going to be making millions of dollars right away in 1 month. Are you going to give up? Are you going to stop working hard because you don't see results right away? You want instant gratification? If you're going to the gym and you're trying to get shredded, you're trying to get big like Bradley Martin, is it going to take you 1 month? Are you going to give up because you don't see results right away? You're not big as hell? You're not eating enough? Are you going to try when you're trying to become Floyd Mayweather? You're not going to be like him in 1 month. Are you going to give up because the reward is little? You're not getting it right away, right? So work hard no matter what the reward is. That's what I learned at customer service job. All right, some other jobs that you guys can work at. You guys can work a lazy job. The reason I recommend you guys working at a lazy job is because you're gonna, like, if you're like me where you're not comfortable in life, you're gonna realize that a lot of people, they're comfortable with what they do. They're comfortable with being lazy and content. Right, I used to work at this car rental company, driving cars at Enterprise, and all the people, right, it was people my age, people younger. I was only 19 at the time, and people like freaking older too, like 30s and 40 years old. They were just hiding in their cars, being lazy, right? We had to drive the cars and shuttle it in the garage, right, at the airport, and they would just hide in the cars. People would clock in, they'll leave. The boss didn't even know. Like, the bosses were so stupid, they didn't even keep track of their workers. And there were sometimes we would have to drive off the property, and people were just cruising, driving the rental cars, they were racing each other, and they weren't even working hard. It was just a lazy job. I hated that job because it made me feel lazy. I wasn't working hard. I was, it made me feel content, like, oh yeah, it's okay, we can just hide in the cars, wait till 2 p.m. and go home. Like, it was just, it makes you wake up and realize that, oh shit, it's something that I don't want to do. So all these things, not only you're stocking up your money, but you're stocking up your life skills and experiences. And not only that, when you're trying to work your jobs, right, and experiencing the real world, if you don't know what you want to do, you might actually enjoy something. When you're working, maybe you're working a landscaping job, and you fall in love with landscaping, and maybe that's what you want to pursue. You want to go work a bigger landscaping company. You want to be the boss of that company, and then you want to start your own business, and then you want to make content off of that landscaping company, and then from there you just work your way up. Or maybe you're working at a restaurant, and maybe at the restaurant you started off working as a dishwasher, like me. I used to work dishwashing, and then like me too, right? My boss, I displayed good work ethic, and then my boss was like, you know what, in 1 month he promoted me to a delivery driver, dropping off food around the campus. And then from there, a couple months later, he was like, hey, you want to learn how to cook? And then maybe I didn't take the position, but I was like, nah, I'm good, thank you, because I went quit after that. This was in 2023. I was 20 years old. And then after that, I was like, you know, if people was in my position, they probably would have taken the cooking opportunity, and maybe they fell in love with cooking, and then they decide to go back to culinary school to go cook and learn how to be professional. And then maybe they went to a hotel after, and then from there they started their own cooking business, and then it becomes successful. And so, you know what I'm saying, if you're working and experiencing hands-on things, you might figure out what you want to do. And so these are the benefits of working 9 to 5. I had to erase my board, but the next thing that you guys want to do besides working 9 to 5 job is you guys want to take care of your health. All right, so some things that you guys can do is go to the gym and train. Okay, after you work all your multiple jobs, make sure that you guys make sure that you guys make time to go to the gym. All right, work out, run, whatever that it is. And also I recommend for you guys to do a sport, but mainly a combat sport. You guys can do boxing, you guys can do Muay Thai, you guys can do I don't know, Kaji Campbell, Silat, you guys can do Eskrima, I don't know how to spell that, Eskrima, Judo, what else, Karag, what is it called? I forget already. But anything, guys. Wing Chun. I don't know. You guys like be Ip Man or something. You know, learn how to fight. Learn. Do a sport. All right. And not only that, but it's like pretty much a bundle deal, right? You're learning how to defend yourself. You're getting in physical shape. You're building up your mental resilience. You're building up your soul. And also, yeah, you're just working out. You're getting in good shape. You build friendships and brotherships. You're learning. You're educating yourself. And yeah, you know, this is a cool sport. I love, like, this is fun, you know. And go to the gym after, run, and not only that, but do combat sports. But maybe you like running. You can go hiking. You guys can do maybe bicycling, whatever. Maybe like swimming. Like I live in Hawaii, so you guys can do like bodyboarding. Wow, that's fun. I don't bodyboard or anything, but it looks fun. You guys can do surfing. You guys can do canoeing. You guys can do like whatever that it is, guys. Walk your dog. But make sure that you guys are in physical shape, all right? And taking care of your health. Not only physicality, but also make sure that, you know, go to church. Take care of your spiritual. Pray. Talk to God. Read your Bible, all right? You know, if you guys do meditation, I don't know, do something. Make sure that your mind and your soul is good. A lot of people, they're only chasing money, but their mind, their soul, their body is not taken care of, right? Like everybody, they only chase money, but their ethic, their morals, their soul is not there. All right, so make sure that you not only take care of training this and making sure that you're building up your money, but make sure that you're taking care of your soul, your mental. All right, like for me, I take a lot of health supplements, natural supplements. I sleep. Make sure I take care of my sleep. I go to church. I pray. I talk to God. I do acupuncture every Sunday. You know, I'm trying to go chiropractor to take care of my bones. You know, eating good. Don't eat fast food. Don't drink. Don't smoke. Don't do any of that. All right. Next thing that you guys got to do is learn a skill that will make you rich, and how to start a business, okay? And business. So the reason why you're occupied every day, all right? Maybe you figure out when you're working your 9 to 5 jobs, you're like, okay, maybe it makes you realize like this is not something I want to do for the rest of my life. You need to learn a skill, all right? Go online, go on YouTube, go wherever, watch my videos, but you guys gotta find a skill that would make you more money and maybe make you rich and maybe make you a business owner, make you the boss. All right, so maybe a skill that you guys want to learn. Maybe you guys want to learn coding. I don't know. I think you got to go to college for coding. But maybe you want to learn e-commerce, how to run a Shopify store. You know, maybe you're trying to do a TikTok store. Maybe you're trying to do freelancing, right? You're video editing or something, or you're writing stories. Maybe you're trying to do YouTube and content creation, and you're trying to learn how to make videos and content to make you go, build your personal brand and make you more money. That's something that you guys got to focus on. Maybe you want to do copywriting. Maybe you want to do affiliate marketing. Maybe you're trying to be a salesman. I don't know, like maybe you're working for like life insurance to sell, right? Maybe you're trying to do a pyramid scheme. No, I'm just kidding. But maybe you're trying to make a course. Maybe you're trying to do a reselling business, sell on eBay and Mercari. Maybe you're trying to do full-time DoorDash. I don't know. Or Uber Eats. Maybe you guys are trying to start, like with your 9-to-5 job skill sets. Maybe you're trying to do a landscaping company, right? Maybe you're trying to, like, you're a cook. You can make a food market. Go to a market and then sell your food, or a food truck. Maybe you're a painter and you're trying to figure out ways to how to make your paint get money and monetize that. So you got to learn a skill, and you got to try to find a way to monetize whatever skill set that will make you more money. All right. So like content creation, reselling, salesman, DoorDashing, Uber, affiliate marketing, e-commerce, whatever that it is, guys, crypto. I don't know, right? You guys got to educate you guys selves on ways that you guys can make more money, that'll make you more rich. And also maybe you can be a business owner. I don't know, right? So that's something that you guys can do. So that's something like, in the meantime, you come home, you guys got to focus on that. And also you guys can learn different skills, bro. Like not even just money related, but maybe health. Maybe you're trying to learn about history. Maybe you're learning car maintenance. Maybe you're learning about electricians, like how electricity is made and whatever. I don't know. You just learn a skill, guys, and just learn. The goal is to always be educated. All right. You're not too young. You're not too old to learn. Learn, bro. Like that's the most valuable thing. God gave you a brain. Learn. Educate yourself. Make your brain full of knowledge, no matter what it is. Even if it's stupid stuff, like learn about how movies are made. Learn about, like me, like I just learned about history, World War II, World War One. How our water bottles made, how our water put into our system, like our water system. How is gas made? I don't know. Like how is electricity made? Learn. You know what I'm saying? Learn. Just learn. Learn how are plants, like how's agricultural things like ran or whatever. I don't know. Like fucking learn. Okay? And that last thing I'm gonna say, guys, before I go, just experience the real world. Don't go out there and do dumb stuff though. But the best way to learn is just to experience. All right? Like for example, maybe you're working a job, and maybe at the job you have a friend, and maybe the friend, right? You guys are close friends, and maybe your friend betrays you. That's a learning experience, right? And you're not gonna, you can experience that in college, but you just gotta get out there and learn. You're not gonna experience it if you do absolutely nothing. If all you do is stay home and play video games, you're not gonna be learning like that. So get out there and learn. Maybe you talk to a girl, and maybe the girl cheats on you. That's a learning experience. I'm not saying like that's a good thing, but sometimes bad things, they teach you a lot of valuable lessons. And in order for you to experience that, you need to just get out there. All right, I'm not saying purposefully get you don't purposefully go out there and get into dumb shit. Don't get into fights. Don't drink. Don't smoke. Don't be speeding and racing. Don't be doing dumb shit. Don't be scamming people. Don't get in trouble purposefully. But if something does happen, look at it as if like a learning experience. All right. So tell your parents, guys, if you don't want to go to college and you're lost in life, you guys just follow these simple things, and then I promise you guys, by the time maybe 2 years later, you're gonna be like, oh shit. Oh, I got money. I stacked up a little bit. I learned how to drive. I learned different skills. I'm educated. I'm physically in shape. I'm mentally strong. I'm closer to God. I know how to fight. I know how to drive. I learned how, different things are made. And, I'm a better communicator. I'm more stoic. I'm better at multitasking. I have all these skill sets that I possess. Maybe your parents might say, okay, cool. That's good. Now just keep working your way up. Okay, guys, I see you guys later. All right, let's go.